Okay, here goes nothing. My name is Eric Grant, and I grew up in Colorado, and I spent part of my life in the mountains ranching near a little town called Colburn, Colorado, on my grandpa's ranch. I've spent the last 40 years working in the cattle business, and but mostly what I do is build stories around brands. And what's always fascinated me about this car and other old cars is that it's more than just a car, it's a story. And me returning to the mountains with this car is kind of an extension of my own life story, and I'm building on the story of Goldie. One of the towns that I lived in when I was a kid was Steamboat Springs, and I remember seeing these really cool cars with ski racks on them, and I saw the distinctive logo or the badge on the hood and the 911 on the back, and I hear them rumble up toward Mount Werner, and I thought, man, those are like the coolest people and the coolest cars to have. And so about 10 years ago, I bought this little golden 911. It's a 1976 Targa 2.7, and but I always wanted to get this car fixed up. And every time I went down the garage, I could feel the car calling to me. And about a year ago, Daniel Journey called me out of the blue. He said he was moving back to Kansas City, was going to open up a shop, and was checking to see if I still owned Goldie, if I needed any work done. And we hauled it in January and spent, 4 or 5 months working on it. And during the process of working on the car, I got to fantasizing about taking a trip to Colorado. This car has been absolutely perfect. Without Daniel's help, this isn't happening. This car is still parked in my garage. And sad to think about that, but in a lot of ways, he's kind of a miracle worker. These cars are meant to be driven hard, and I think that's one thing that you miss if you don't ever get it out and take it and make it go. You never ever really get to experience kind of that moment of equilibrium between you and the car, where the car's just growling and purring along, and you're steering and shifting, and the light is just flashing through the windows. It's quite an experience. I think that when you're in the mountains like this, you're surrounded by geological art. You're looking at God's hand, and as you're careening up these roads, you become an extension of the mountains and the rivers themselves, and it's an out-of-body experience. The colors, the light, the visibility in this car. You almost have 360 degrees that you can look around in every direction and see the mountains disappearing behind you and seeing the mountains ahead of you, appearing. Nothing like it. At the end of the day, I love this car, and I love the experiences that it gives me. This car allows me to stop time and just be in the moment. And I think that's something that's a tremendous gift from just a machine, but it's a damned happy machine.